You start.
Oh,
I'm just saying. You
okay,
say.
I don't know. I'm just saying or you just saying?
You're just saying.
I'm just saying. Is that the name of our show?
No.
I'm just saying?
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm just saying. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, well, welcome to the show. I'm just saying.
And who are you? Who are we?
Oh, I'm Duane. I'm Duane, and you are?
I'm some other guy.
Some other guy.
And this is our first podcast, episode 1, where we talk about absolutely nothing.
Or maybe it could be a whole bunch of nothing about something, and
Right.
it might be inspiring within these next 30 minutes. Right. But that's how we get inspired by arbitrary anything.
Right.
Right.
Now, there is one question in my mind that I want to talk about.
What's that?
Which is, I understand that you actually go commando.
Yes, I've been commando for over, about 30 years.
Now,
30 years.
Now, this is interesting. So, for everyone to know, commando means he doesn't wear any underwear whatsoever.
Period. Ever. Never. Don't compare.
And why is this?
It's a long story, but I'm going to make it real short. In the Army, I'm not a big security guy, so I don't lock doors, I don't lock nothing. You want to steal my shit, it's yours to have. But anyway, I had my lucky draws, and about to give me some pussy, I put on lucky draws.
Right.
My lucky draws started showing up missing. Like, where the hell? I knew I didn't wear my lucky draws because I ain't got no pussy.
Right.
I was talking about myself that I couldn't get none, but I wasn't, you know how.
How did you know? Because wasn't you always drunk too?
Of course I was always drunk, but
right.
when you got your lucky shit, it's
right.
your lucky shit.
Right.
And you know
where
your lucky shit is. So anyway,
right.
now that my longer story to make it shorter. So I said, what I'm going to do, I ain't going to wear my lucky draws. I'm a sans pussy to find out who the fuck wearing my goddamn draws. So anyway.
So there was somebody wearing your drawers.
So my roommate, again, I was in the Army. We had a 2-man room. Me and my boy Wally B, rest his soul. I think he did. I don't know if he did for real, but I think he did. I didn't wear my lucky drawers. I had them just in my wall locker.
Right.
And they ended up in my laundry basket in my dirty clothes. And I'm like, this nigga wearing my goddamn drawers.
Wow.
So I confronted him. He denied, of course, but anyway. From that day point, I said I'm not wearing drawers no more because my roommate was wearing my underwear.
So do you find that being Prince?
His name was Wally B.
Wally B.
Wally B.
What's his name, Prince? Now, let me ask you: do you find that to be less or more hygienic, or are you just used to it now and can't even tell the difference?
My attitude is, if you don't know how to wipe your ass, then you put on a diaper.
Right. So like most people change their underwear every day. Do you change your jeans every day?
Yes.
Because I wear the same jeans like every
No,
other day.
well, like work clothes. Now, when I was doing a lot of manual labor,
right,
I would wear the same pants every day because who cares who's sniffing my ass? I really don't care who's sniffing my ass.
Right.
So, but if I'm wearing nicer clothes, they only get worn one time.
Wow.
Why this fella interview? Why are you interviewing?
Please leave this office. We're done with this interview.
Do we get any sort of souvenir?
Get out of my office!
So Warren, tell me about your anal hygiene.
Well, I wanted to ask you about wet wipes. So we've had this discussion about wet wipes
We've
before.
had this discussion about wet wipes.
And you think wet wipes are what, too feminine or gay?
I
or something?
think it's gay as hell. If you want to walk around with a wet asshole, more power to you.
Please, I understand it's very feminine.
Listen, Linda. You wipe till the paper is dry. Okay, you wipe, it's full of shit. You throw it in the toilet. You get some more. You wipe again, it's a little less toilet. Then you put, and you keep going until the paper is clean.
So let me ask you a question, and just a question.
Yes.
Can you get in the shower and just wipe until you're clean with a dry rag?
But I'm not in the shower.
No, but you're dirty because you got in the shower because you're dirty, right?
So here's my question. So every time you walk outside, you come inside and take a shower?
No, you come inside, take a shower every day, or at least when you feel dirty. But the point is, when you do feel dirty and you get in the shower, you're not going to use a dry rag, correct?
Hold on. There's a completely difference between exfoliation with a shower and wiping your ass after taking a shit.
Well, the way I'm looking at it is, if I'm trying to clean myself with a dry rag, all you're doing is smearing. Now, you may keep wiping until you can't see the smear, but there's still shit in your ass.
Okay, but
So
who cares?
see with the white wipes, your ass is clean, and then you can go behind the white wipes with some dry tissue, and your ass is dry.
Oh my God, that is just too much work. You just like walking around with a wet ass.
So y'all are babies.
That's what thank you. Somebody else who agrees with me.
So,
Fucking just with children, you do that for babies.
right, and
they
that's a
can't
good
wipe
point.
their own ass. Here's the thing. Why do we use wet wipes on a child? Because all the shit is encased in that diaper. You have to clean them. Because it's on their butt cheeks, it's on their back, down their damn legs, in their private parts. That's why we use wet wipes on children.
but you know, that's a good segue. And I'm glad.
And girls is another dimension.
I'm glad JB said that because here's the point: you could change a baby's diaper and just use toilet tissue, but you can't stop there because the baby's not clean.
No, because the shit is on their butt cheeks. It's on their private parts.
Keep wiping.
What do you mean keep wiping?
Right, exactly. What do you mean keep wiping? Because if you keep using
Hold
toilet tissue,
on.
it's not going to
It's like if I fell on the ground and my hand fell in some dog shit, I'm not gonna think if I take a piece of paper towel and wipe my hand off that it's gonna be clean. I need to go wash my goddamn hands because it's covered in dog shit.
So then why would you wipe your ass with some dry tissue?
Because my
and
butt
make your
cheeks
ass-
are clean. My asshole is the only thing that's dirty. And if you licking my asshole, more power to you. Love you.
Well,
just don't kiss me later.
Another good segue is in porn, when they do those scenes, they actually are like extremely clean. They actually douche their ass and they sanitize their whole body because they know the importance of cleanliness.
Right. Like I just said, if you ain't licking my asshole, what difference does it make?
So you don't care, shitty ass, you don't care.
I don't leave no streaks in my pants, and I ain't got no drawers on.
So
By
no
the
wear
way, this
drawers.
segment is sponsored by Charmin.
and they wipe their ass with the white rabbit.
Well, you shouldn't.
Y'all don't understand the Charmin commercial?
No.
Why they got the bears?
Why?
Do bears shit in the woods?
Yes.
How do they wipe their ass?
With a rabbit.
With a rabbit. That's why they got the bears for the Charmin
So
with the
it's
white
an ongoing
They
joke.
wipe their ass
I
with
never
the
thought that. Did you know that, Jimmy?
Not at all.
That's a-
Why would I know that?
That's a running joke.
Who
no,
knows
that's a running
that?
joke.
Huh?
Do bears shit in the woods? Yeah, how to wipe their ass with a rabbit.
Oh, wow.
You remember but the first Charmin they had a rabbit would jump through the screen.
Now, see, I wipe my ass. I guess a white rabbit, I guess.
Yeah, it was a white rabbit. Yeah, you had to make sure it was clean. If you wipe it enough with the white, there we go. Charmin says your ass is all clean.
The question is, why don't we use rabbits?
There
Hard
it
to
is.
catch.
What do we? You don't like pedicures, but you said that's gay too.
Pedicures are gay.
Why are pedicures gay?
Manicures are gay.
Why? That's cleanliness.
There's a feminine trait.
If a man gotta ask why pedicures are gay, maybe he need to check why his ass is gay.
You don't think that's extreme? You don't think it's extreme? If a man gets a pedicure, you're saying they're gay? Would you say that, JB?
Well, the problem isn't in the action. It's how it's executed. You have to sit in a chair with your hands out. I never saw Charles Bronson.
Oh no, pedicure.
I never.
Feet.
Well, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
with your feet
same
out.
shit.
You know what I'm saying? It puts you in an uncompromising position.
Right. So if you do your own manicure, it's not gay.
I don't know how that's done.
Right. Well, I
Well,
mean,
there's
cutting your fingernails, cutting your nails. I'm a firm believer in cutting my nails. I cut my nails. I got emery boards. I file them.
So it's not the action, it's just how
No.
you do it.
Hold on. Let me get this right now.
All right.
I'm not worrying about my cuticles. I'm not worrying about the little whatever. Listen, long as they clean and neat. So when I put them in her, she ain't gonna probably be cutting the fuck out of her, or she's not disgusted about how dirty they are.
Right.
We good to go.
That's
I don't need to
right,
sit in
yeah.
nobody's chair and have them scrub the bottom of my goddamn feet. Cause bitch don't lick my toes.
Well, you know, that I'm not sure if this is science, but I was told
What?
that the way we keep our fingernails and our toes actually adds to our heart health.
They do say because bacteria forms and it goes to your bloodstream, and so there is some truth to that. Again, I'm just saying, if you take a bath every day, all you men out there with them crusty, dusty fingernails you've been scratching your head and your balls and shit with, get you something to clean it out with.
That's it.
You ain't gotta go in there and have that Asian lady.
Right.
No offense to my Asian people out there, I love all y'all.
It does depend on your generation.
Yeah.
Because this generation now, with the computers, their hands are expected to be clean. But before, that used to be a mark of manhood.
Right.
That your hands
Hands
were
were
dirty,
dirty.
and your hands
Were dirty, right.
women would feel your hands and be like,
They
oh, they rough.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You can do some things.
Yeah,
There's
right,
also
right.
a sign of wealth. If a man's hands were nice and groomed and
That too.
manicured, it showed that he had money.
Money, yeah.
Yeah, but we're not talking about that because none of us are rich.
No.
So,
Yeah, because talking about hands, one of my exes, her uncle was blind.
Mm-hmm.
And I shook his hand. He said, "You got some of the softest hands on a man I've ever felt in my life." And I felt a bit emasculated.
Might be small, but they're lethal weapons, these.
You got your mother's hands.
Because I know I've been doing labor all my life. But again,
Right.
compared to what he was doing, I
Right.
was in my mid-30s. He was in his late 70s.
Right.
So, they was doing a lot of manual stuff, So he felt because I got calluses in there. I do pull. I'm a CrossFitter. I got calluses and shit.
Right.
He said, them the softest hands on a man ever felt. I was a little emasculated. But with that being said, I just don't think that I'm going to put my feet in somebody's tub and have them scratch my damn dead skin off my heels. And I look at that as that's just part of being a man. Bitch, if you don't like my rough ass, raggedy ass feet rubbing your leg, open them wide. Anyway.
do you concur in that, JB?
yeah, the type of lady I want would like rough hands because that means you can.
Or rough feet. We talking about feet.
Rough feet.
Rough
Oh,
feet,
yeah.
yeah.
Rough feet, not Freddie Flintstone rough, right?
Right, no, we ain't talking about
Right.
like that once.
What's that Queen Latifah movie she did with Common?
Just right.
Just Right. Now, I'm segueing to this because the writer of Just Right, he made a lot of money, and then he opened up a shop for men called Hammer and Nails, which is about manicure and pedicures for men. So he tried to give it a masculine sound called Hammer and Nails, but and it's still open.
Well, I guess I'll
Would you go there? I mean, I know how you feel, but would you go in that place?
hell to the no.
So even if it had beer
Butt naked women?
and sports,
Thank you.
Butt naked women? Possibly.
And do I have to put my foot in that tub?
well, I'm sure they got to clean your feet before they.
I'm not putting my foot in the tub.
No.
No.
You want them to like cut your feet dry? Unclean?
No, I don't want you to touch my feet. Hold on. Do you not realize when it comes to me? Well, I'm gonna speak for Duane. I'm gonna speak for Duane. I'm not taking my socks off.
Why are you in a pedicure manicure place? You're like, I ain't taking my shoes
No,
off.
I'm just saying in general.
Uh-huh.
If I meet a bitch, because I'm only doing this for women, I'm not doing it for me.
Right.
I don't care what my feet feel like because I'm not feeling them.
Uh-huh.
Because I want to run on rocks. I don't care. But
Okay.
I think, and this is just Dwayne talking, I
Right.
think that we do these things to impress women. That's what I think. I don't think there's a man walking around saying, I feel so dirty because my fingernails aren't even. Or I feel so dirty because I have calluses on my feet. I don't think there's a man walking around who's saying, I feel less than a man because I got calluses. I think we do it to please women. And for Dwayne, I'm not taking my socks off until he's gonna fuck you about 5-6 times. And by then you hooked.
That's the R. Kelly line, right? I'm butt naked, house shoes and sweat socks.
I don't know if that's the line. That's
That's
the
one
line
of the
then.
I'm butt naked, sweat socks and house shoes.
Yeah.
I guess I'll be old school porn with the tube socks.
I'm saying, I'm keeping my socks on. They're not coming off. They're not coming off.
All right, so I'll move on from that. But I think you guys got to consider that for health reasons. It's really good. Maybe the people who do your pedicures are naked. Maybe that.
We can stay around here because I'm gonna let y'all know I got the fungus on my toes. I had it since I was 5 years old.
Yeah, what?
The fungus, when your toes be all brown, crazy shit. Your toenails be all brown. I ain't got no the white tips on your toenails. My shit's brown.
Oh, your
my
toe.
shits look like goddamn talons.
Your toenails.
My toe.
Like-
On that note too. How many of y'all niggas walking around with fucking sandals on anyway? With no socks.
If you live in LA, you would.
I don't live in LA.
And one of your favorite sports, the UFC guys, they always walk around in sandals.
Hold on. That's because they're trained. They take their shoes off for their sport. Ain't nobody really inspected their toes to be like, man, you got too many calluses on them foots there.
Well, I was just answering one question, which was how many men walk around with sandals.
But you're using a different scenario, though. We talking about just regular Joe.
Those guys are always ready.
Huh?
They're always ready.
No, they're not. They ain't ready for rain. They ain't ready for.
Oh, hold on. I worked with you on that show with the UFC. They would walk around all day in sandals, on and offset.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's because they going to train.
Yeah. I remember being martial art. Like, you don't want to fight with your shoes on. You want to fight with your shoes off.
Right.
Why?
Oh, why?
Grip,
So
assume.
you could accurately strike.
Right. And you get more
You're
grip,
trained to
you
strike
feel-
barefoot. The whole training is barefoot.
Right.
Yeah, but wouldn't it hurt more with some Timbs on?
Yeah.
No, but with
It
Tim's
might
on,
hurt them more because they can't.
yeah, you
Flex.
can only kick one way when
Right.
you're wearing shoes.
Right.
It's a flat kick.
It's
Hard.
Right. But when you're barefoot, it's blade in,
Right.
in the heel. It's different. There's more options.
So you would say, would you rather get kicked by a Timberland or a foot?
I'm gonna go with the foot.
I don't know. You gonna say with a trained fighter?
The trained fighter, I'm gonna go with the Tim.
You go with the Tim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I know a trained fighter, I know what he's gonna do. I know the way he moves, what way he's gonna hit me with. I know how bad it's gonna hurt.
You know how bad some Timbs will hurt.
I know Tim's because I'm from Tri-State. I know about beat down, but they don't know how to fight though. People with Tim's, they just know how to stomp. So the fight's already over when you're on the ground. They're just like getting their last kicks in, as opposed to standing square off with somebody and he turns this way. The leg goes one way. He's about to come down with a hammer. You're about to feel it for real. Since we're on the subject, a long time ago we had a discussion about mass versus skill, where you believe that some lady in UFC who's real light, I think it was like 110, 130.
No, I didn't say. We were talking about Amanda Nunes, who fights at 145.
145, and you're saying that she could beat The Rock in
I
a fight.
feel in a UFC fight, Amanda
No.
Nunes.
I'm talking about street fight.
In a street fight,
Right.
Amanda Nunes beat the shit out of The Rock.
I don't think
Point blank period.
I'm a trained fighter. At least I was.
You were. Okay.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I don't. At a certain point, you're gonna need some mass behind your skill.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if you take a trained fighter
Yes.
against an untrained fighter, I don't give a fuck how big they is.
I don't
The
know.
trained fighter will win every time over
I took martial arts, and there were black belts, which I thought was ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
At 10, 12, 13 years old.
That's ridiculous.
So that 13-year-old think he's a black belt, and he goes against a grown-ass man who has, 3 times his mass. He's going to lose that fight.
But again,
no matter how skilled he is.
that's a complete, because you're looking at a child. If you look at, so we will say, if you want to use that scenario, yes, a 150-pound man versus a 75-pound kid. I don't care what kind of, even though I might get that kid I might give him an edge.
No.
I might.
Absolutely not.
I might. It depends on the duration. It depends on what they're doing. Because I figure the kid can do enough to get away
Right.
and run.
Well, anybody can get lucky.
Right.
If you had enough fights, you know
Enough
luck
to get-
plays
to
a
run.
factor.
I
But,
give that. But I'm just saying, I'm using adults.
right.
I'm using a trained adult who has 12 years of training as opposed to a 12-year-old who has like 3.
Well,
or
the
5.
Rock's no simp.
No, The Rock is an athlete, college
Football.
player.
Right.
Of course, a hell of a wrestler.
Right.
And he is an athlete. If you put that man in an octagon with Amanda Nunes, with her being whatever she walked off the street in,
Right.
and whatever he walked in the street into that octagon, I will put $1 to a wooden nickel on Amanda Nunes every time, because she will whoop his ass.
JB, you concur?
I like Amanda Nunes.
Do you think she could beat The Rock in a street fight? See, she got everything got to go her way.
No. Not in a street fight.
I said put him in an octagon. That street fight is a little different.
In a ring.
In an octagon?
In a ring, because there are rules.
In a ring, because there's rules. In a street fight, I think, his mass, as much as ladies bulk up, I think his mass will overcome whatever
See,
skill she has. She got
her
the drop on
strikes would be irritating and painful. But all he needs is one.
And I don't, because I'm even going with a street fight. Because what could he possibly do? Grab her and take her down?
A straight punch to the body or the
A
face.
straight punch to the body or the face.
Would end the whole fight.
She fights men.
You see how big The Rock is?
I don't care. He don't know how to punch.
Wow.
He don't know how to punch.
How do we know this?
Heck, does he box?
He doesn't look like he doesn't know. I mean, how much does he need to know? He's a huge
It does. Hold
mass
on.
fighter.
Here's the best thing about we talk about size, and I want to say, and I hate using this man's name because I don't like him, but Conor McGregor.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor says precision beats everything.
Yes.
If I know where to hit you, it don't matter how strong I am. You could be strong as hell and hit her in the shoulder.
I agree.
What is that gonna do? It'll turn her body around. Then she'll kick the nigga in the goddamn kneecap, and he falling over in his face.
I agree.
So
all of my street fights, I knew I had precision.
Right.
I knew how to fight. But my mass was relative to people I was fighting, even those who were bigger than me.
You know, I'll say this over and over again. Everybody's knee only been one direction. I don't care what size you are. I don't care how much you weigh. It only move one direction. Your elbows, your fingers, every joint they move the same as everybody. If you know how to articulate joints,
right,
it don't matter. So we use when the UFC first started. I'm a big UFC fan.
Right.
Not that I don't like boxing, but the boxing kind of sucks. As the UFC started, Hoist Gracie showed you. Mass means nothing over skill.
But when you say that the mass of the people he fought was somewhat relative, he's a man, and yet he was fighting bigger men. But
not only bigger men, but bigger skilled men.
But don't you think there's a vast difference between him and the people he was fighting as opposed to
Amanda Nunes, no.
Against The Rock?
I think it's actually I think she has a better advantage.
We're gonna have to set this up. The Rock.
I think she has Dwayne Johnson. Just coming from Duane to Duane. Please don't step your ass in there with Amanda Nunes. Because I don't want to see you get embarrassed like that.
I'm gonna put my money on The Rock.
I don't want to see you get embarrassed like that. Keep your fame and fortune. Keep showing us how you on your cheat day eat 5 pizzas. Don't step in there with that girl.
70-30. 70-30 on The Rock. I'll put my
You
money
would put 70-30 on The Rock.
Yes.
I'll put 100 to nothing on Amanda Nunes.
Okay.
100 to nothing on Amanda. Again, so let's go back to
well, how would that look if The Rock beat her ass?
It would look horrible. It would look almost to what again, his man name again, Conor McGregor did to what Floyd Mayweather. Or what Jake Paul did, was it the Paul boy? Did to Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley. He's an unknown boxer. Jake Paul, whatever they RuPaul, whatever their name is. Jake Paul, not a professional fighter, and not Ben Askren, who was a professional MMA fighter in a boxing match.
Well, can I shed some light on that?
What?
He did take a fall.
If you want, you call it. Listen, this is what I know. I only count L's and W's. If you flopped, you flopped. I really don't care. It's still an L or W. What you ain't gonna do is make a rip off of me. I ain't flopping for no goddamn body. If I get knocked out, Dwayne got knocked out. And I'll be like, I got knocked out. So if you want to say Ben Askren took a fall for $500,000, fine. For a meal, fine. Whatever denomination you want to put on it. You want to say he flopped for that, fine. Tyron Woodley didn't flop. And then some say he just didn't knock him out. Whatever, he still lost.
Okay.
And that was a situation where he had almost same body weight.
I mean, I think that this, the mass discrepancy wasn't that vast. It's like when the Spider fought, what's his name? Remember he embarrassed him in the ring?
Forrest Griffin.
Forrest Griffin. That's an example of how skill can outdo mass.
But they both fought. That's not even. That's
We're
not
talking about a street fight, though.
But that's not a good scenario.
Yeah, I think in a street fight, The Rock
there's nothing that.
Right.
There's no rules in the street.
Right.
Fight.
So now when you said in the street fight, you said so. What does The Rock bring to the table outside of just being bigger?
Strength and mass.
Okay, she knows.
I feel like strength and honor.
Hold on. But let's think about it. In a street fight,
right?
She knows kickboxing. She knows Muay Thai. She knows boxing. She knows jiu-jitsu. She's allowed to do whatever she wants to. Imagine Amanda just threw a kick straight to that nigga's nuts.
We can imagine a whole bunch of things.
That's what I'm saying. Let's think about it realistically now.
Right.
She knows how to kick.
Right.
He don't know how to stop a kick.
Imagine if he grabs her head and just plummets it to the ground.
Imagine if he don't get to her because she's already kicked him in his nuts and ruptured his ball sack.
He's still gonna take her head and.
Do you think? We all get kicked in the nuts before, right? How many motherfuckers you picking up to get kicked in the nuts? Realistically, when you get kicked in the nuts,
You might have to sit there.
how many motherfuckers you done picked up after you get kicked in the nuts?
But I can pick a girl up and slam her head in.
Hold on. Now you got a girl who just kicked you in your goddamn nut.
Don't touch me. You missed the first time. Then you got them both the second time.
I'll slam it harder.
Nigga. The first thing you're gonna do is grab your nuts. The first thing, and then she gonna roundhouse kick you in your goddamn face.
No.
Because she knows how to kick.
I'll give you that. I'll give you if she gets the kick to the nuts, the fight is over. However, it's more like who gets to who first. Because if he gets to hold her and throws her or punches her, the fight is over. The moment if he gets a straight punch on her, it's over.
Bullshit.
The
He
Rock-
don't know where to punch her.
The Rock?
Hold on. So where? Like I said again, he'll hit her hard. Where?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does matter.
No.
He is not made a cinder block.
He
does not know how to throw a punch. She knows how to evade a punch. She knows how to move with a punch. So if he could throw with all of his might. All it takes for her, she can see where it's coming. Because first of all, every fighter,
I'm saying,
as a fighter yourself, right?
I'm saying if it connects.
I don't care if it connects.
Okay, go ahead.
She gonna see it coming before he throw it. You know, because they throw their shoulder.
They throw both.
He don't know how. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. She sees it. She know how to roll. Oh, let's just say he grabs her. Great. She don't care. What is he gonna do? Throw her on the ground and then do what? Just lay on her? He's gonna like rub his face in her titties. What?
Does she have any titties? Most fighters don't.
What is he gonna do with her when he puts her on the ground? He gonna break her arm? He gonna smother her? He gonna choke her out?
In my imagination, it'd be over after the first punch. So that's how I'm seeing it.
But where is he punching her?
So we disagree on it. Doesn't matter. I just one punch to the face, one punch to the chest. She's gonna see the truth.
Okay, so we all fought before, right? Right? We all got in fights before, right? You ever get hit with something harder than a human hand?
I guess.
In a fight, in a street fight.
In a fight? No.
In a street fight, I have.
Right.
Harder than a human hand. It didn't knock me out.
Right.
Because I rolled with it.
Right.
I might have ran after I got hit.
Right.
Or I might have came back and fought.
Right.
But it's harder than a human can hit me with. She's a trained, competitive fighter. There is nothing he could throw at her. She gonna see it coming and move with it. So if he does throw a bolo at her face, she know I see it. Whoop, she gonna move with it. And then now what he gonna do after that? He's out of position because he don't know how to fight. So he's out of position. She's gonna just square him back up, and it might just be a leg kick. Bing. It might, but what she gonna do is like, I ain't gonna get hit with that shit again.
I'm hearing you.
And
but in my mind,
what she gonna do in a street fight? I kick the dick in the nuts.
What do you think, Jimmy?
It's too much. I think The Rock would annihilate her. I think only because he does. We're forgetting that every actor is trained in all that shit too. They all take a class for a
fight scene.
A fight scene.
Right.
So.
And he's been doing it for
Come
years.
on.
So
No.
So he'll
I'm
know
laughing
enough.
with you, Jay.
He'll know enough.
I'm laughing with you.
So-
I'm not saying an actor who trained martial art for a scene is better than a veteran martial artist.
Who's been training 20 years?
I'm just saying
is
he'll
the match.
know enough to not get sucker punched.
No, he would know.
That's enough for him.
He
to
would
grab.
know enough to think about what the fuck is going down when he get punched in the damn face.
I would say I'm trying to meet both y'all halfway. And this is my perspective.
Okay, I get
She
it.
knows circles around him. She does.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
just feel like she won't be able to take that hit. If one got in, she wouldn't
The
get it.
problem is, I don't think one would ever get in.
Well, there we go. We'll never
This
know.
way, I think I could beat him.
What?
You will get
Oh my God.
Molly fucking
I would
walk.
I would pay to see that.
I would love to see you get every bone in your body broke. First of all,
I wouldn't want you to get hurt, but I want to get in the ring with her.
So again, Warren, I've never fought ever. I've did a lot of training stuff,
Not in the ring though.
Not
On
in
the street,
On the street, nigga, she can do what she wants to with you.
I can too.
You better pull out a gun, pull on a pistol, and you probably miss with that. She might be like,
So what?
"Wow!" Anyway, where I'm going at?
Yeah.
Let's hit it with a trash can.
That don't work, Stevie.
See Harlem Nights.
One of the big. You did
Now I
shot
gotta-
my
now I gotta
pinky
cut.
toe.
Oh, you want to hit people with garbage cans. Now I got to cut you.
Right. Like a bitch.
Because you think if I'm not, I know every woman gonna go for the ground. So the groin.
The groin, yeah, hit your nuts. Yeah.
So I'm gonna be protecting that in my
Okay.
face. From
And
all
now she's gonna kick you in the kneecap.
Huh?
Now she's gonna kick you in the kneecap.
Yeah, my little 3-year-old kicked me in the kneecap too.
That's a 3-year-old who don't kick like a fucking baseball bat.
How hard is it to kick?
Oh my God. What you need to do is, you should watch the training. Especially the Muay Thai people. Them niggas kick banana trees for training.
I would say this.
Does she do that?
Yeah.
Yes, she's from Brazil.
Does she break banana trees and all that?
I don't know if she break them, but she break niggas shit. See, the problem is we all talk like, again, I don't know how to fight, so I give all the props to the fighters. I know how to street fight, and I know there's a massive difference in the two.
I did both.
Massive difference in the two.
I sparred and I
So
did street
therefore, and I'm a little nigga. I would never fight nobody my size.
fighting. Right. Why?
Because that takes forever. We don't get tired. I want to fight that 6'2", 250-pound nigga. Me being 5'6", 150 pounds.
You want that?
I want him. I want him.
Okay.
You know what's gonna happen? If he don't knock me out with one, I'm gonna be on his ass all goddamn night, and he don't get tired.
Wait.
Now this has been sponsored by jail. Be on a nigga's ass.
I'll be on his ass all night.
And this is the perfect segue into the elephant in the room. Kyle Rittenhouse. They were attacking me, and therefore I had no choice but to return and defend myself. You know, in open
Okay,
fire.
and with all due respect to Kyle Rittenhouse, who just got the fuck over with this white privilege bullshit, you brought a gun to a protest that had nothing to do with you.
Well, and in his mind, he's an American citizen.
You're an American
and
citizen.
it had everything to do with him. He's protecting businesses.
What?
In his mind, he's protecting businesses. I mean, I mean, the law doesn't question, right? You know, what you feel like you should, you know, go, right? You can go where you want.
Go where you want to, right? Right.
So, and he felt like he was offering medical assistance and protecting businesses from being vandalized, right? And from what I understand, the two people who got killed, they were attacking him. Like one of them hit him with a skateboard in the head.
Right.
And one of them kicked him in the face, and they were chasing him. Like he was running, and they were in pursuit.
I get it.
So at what point is he allowed? Because you know the old saying, right? If you're in an alley and a mugger attacks you, and you start beating the shit out the mugger, and the mugger surrenders, but you keep beating him, you are now the aggressor, and you can be charged with assault.
Well, those laws are gone now. I mean, that with Trayvon.
Apparently not, because Rittenhouse
Well,
is free.
no. What I'm saying is that.
Property over people.
What I'm saying is that you're saying if you walked into an alley and you got attacked and then you kept going, so you are now the aggressor. That don't exist no more. Because even if you walk into the alley and you got attacked, because we have these stand your ground laws, you are no longer the attacker. They did it with Trayvon. And
So if I walked into an alley and said, I'm trying to protect this alley, and you came in there with my gun, and you were trying to go the other way in the alley, and we got into a fight and I shot you, I'm justified.
That's what.
Because I was protecting that alley.
No, what they're saying is you can protect the alley with your gun. But if I start whooping your ass, then you got the right to shoot.
Moment of silence for the stupidity.
Right, because it makes no goddamn sense.
Right. What they did was take a dropper and drop this kid into the scenario.
Right.
And you got a teenager with an AR-15.
Right.
And as goodwill as you want to believe he was, it's like a situation that's going to pop off.
And how do you know the people that were fighting weren't thinking that their life was in danger?
Exactly.
They didn't bring an AR-15.
And they didn't bring one.
If they had guns too. Right. And he came down there.
They did.
Huh?
They did.
Some of them did.
You said one hit with a skateboard.
No. One of them had a gun.
Right. The felon gun.
Right. And keep in mind now,
But he only showed it after the dude had the AR-15 and he killed somebody. The second dude, that was the second dude, right?
Yeah. Either way,
he was probably trying to protect the public and him brandishing his gun because this dude just killed somebody.
Right, but that's a scenario that was said. But the videotape just showed the guy with the gun chasing him. And according to the videotape, he's reaching for his gun. So, based on the evidence that we have before us, you're reaching for your gun. I have a right to shoot you. One guy's reaching for the barrel. I don't know why. And I don't, on God's green earth, why you reach for the barrel of a gun? That's just stupid.
I saw that in the movie though. You can take the barrel off and fuck him up and hit him in the throat.
That's called watching way too many Steven Seagal movies right there.
Right. Or 007,
right.
Some shit like that.
Right.
Yeah. Like, no, you ain't taking nobody's barrel off of a damn weapon. Here's my issue. Was he from the area where he went to?
No, I don't know.
Right. They say he crossed over state lines with the weapon. Blah, blah,
and that's
blah.
not and that's not illegal.
I get all of that. I get
Right.
all of that. I
Right.
get all of that. But if you want to say you're coming to protect and serve or whatever, you're not the police. I don't see where you can validate, even though you might say, well, it's American right, yada, yada, yada. But that, again, shows white privilege. Because a black man in America, I don't give a fuck where you at.
Mm-hmm.
You can't drive down the street with a weapon in your car when you get pulled over and be like, oh, I'm just here to protect the public.
So if that's the case, we could kill every police officer because they're here to protect property, right?
Right.
And if I come across him and I see him as a threat, and he has a gun, and I shoot him, in that case, who's right again?
Well, if you have videotape showing the cop trying to shoot you while you're fleeing, and then you turn and unload, then you might have a case.
Yeah, you got a case to be
Which is Ryan's
Yeah,
situation.
that ain't working, and you know that ain't working.
That ain't working.
Well, Tupac, it worked for him.
It did work for Tupac. I ain't got to deny that one. It did work for Tupac.
Yeah. I think
That was
but then
plain clothes. That was a plain clothes officer.
Right, and who didn't identify himself. And then Pac also had enough money.
circumstances, legal circumstances.
But Pac also had enough money to hire, he had I think Johnny Cochran.
I mean, it didn't help R. Kelly.
R. Kelly on video pissing on a little girl.
Johnny,
I'm saying the money
he didn't have
helped.
Johnny Cochran either.
And he had Johnny Cochran because he got Mike off.
Did Johnny Carson work the Tupac shooting?
I think he
know.
did.
Did he?
I think he did. I don't know, but I think he did.
I met him one time.
Maybe his firm. I doubt he. I think he probably had brain cancer around that time.
No, and Pac, no. Because that was before Mike. That was before Mike.
Yep.
I would drink that. That's that Sugar Abe.
That's who?
That's Sugar Abe.
Yeah, you was talking a lot of shit.
I know it's white. Yeah, I know. I don't care.
Okay.
With a tinge of yellow.
He put some pop in there, something. I don't know what it is. What is this? With what?
Cardi
It
with dragon
came
fruit?
mixed in the bottle like that? Oh, okay. It's rum, I guess. Yeah, that's okay. It's good.
No, I don't know what that is again. I'm scared.
You only live once. You may only die twice. What? We all been in a situation we thought we was dead.
Yeah.
I mean, I tried to commit suicide a couple times when I was young.
You did?
I did when I was younger.
Why?
Why not?
What?
You know, really?
No.
Oh. So this is what happened was. So
Was committing suicide like leaving the house?
no. So we had heard. Me and my sister heard. If you take a lot of aspirin and drink orange juice, you'll die. So before church, we was mad at my mom.
Oh, yeah.
So
that opened.
so she was like, Dwayne, let's take some aspirin and drink some orange juice. I was like, hell yeah, let's do it. I was at church high as hell. I was in that bitch so goddamn.
I'm gonna put the 1-800 number for suicide underneath this.
Cause we was mad at mom. Y'all know why we was even mad at mom. I don't know. But me and my sister, we didn't split the whole bottle. We took a bottle of aspirin. And I dumped some in my hand. She dumped some in her hand. And we had some orange juice. We drank a lot of orange juice.
Y'all were really tired of going to church.
We was really tired of going to damn church. I was in church high as hell.
I noticed like a lot of people who are raised in the church have a tendency to like totally leave the church if they're raised in the church.
Yeah,
the preacher's
you ain't
kids,
get no damn life.
the preacher's kids are like the worst.
The worst.
Right.
You ain't got no damn life.
Right.
There's expectations. There's the control factor, obviously, and you don't have no damn life. You don't. You see everything through. We gonna call it the rose-colored glass,
Right.
because you're inside. You don't get it because you're literally looking through rose-colored glasses.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Everything else look wonderful,
Yeah.
and you stuck with this bullshit.
Yeah. Because you was going to church what 6 days a week?
4, 5 days a week. No less than 4
Right.
a week.
So is there something to like, most people who are believers, in my experience, are people who don't go to church and don't even read the Bible, as opposed to people who go to church all the time as a kid, then they just stop going to church. It's like there seems to be like this happy middle.
There may be. I mean, again, I'm only gonna speak from what I know with my family. My family was all raised in church. They still go to church. there are some of us who refuse to go anymore. I being one of the ones who refuse to go anymore.
Right.
You got touched? You got touched?
Never. What do you mean I got touched? By the Holy Ghost?
No, you know, people.
We ain't Catholic. That's that Catholic bullshit. That's that Catholic bullshit.
We don't know what your denomination was.
A Southern Baptist out of
Okay.
Youngstown, Ohio. Beulah Baptist Church out of Youngstown, Ohio. Southern Baptist.
Okay.
Raised with Reverend good old Fuller, who's now my uncle. Loved him to death.
My mother was Church of Christ. My father was Baptist. JB, you?
I was church.
Just church.
Just church.
Oh, that means you didn't go enough. Because if you can't give all the denominations, you ain't go enough.
Is it too many to name?
Oh, wow.
Oh, your mom bouncing around a lot? Or you bouncing
No,
around?
this is nature of the family. Some Protestants, some Baptists.
I'm talking about where you went.
Me, what age?
I don't
Wow.
care.
See?
That's what I'm saying. So, growing up, when you was growing up.
Your mom was trying to find herself. She was changing.
Nah, you know, it just depends on who you with. If your grandma, you going to Protestant.
I
Yeah.
get you,
If you with your mother, you
Yeah.
going to Baptist.
Oh, okay, I get you. I
Right?
get you.
Right?
Yeah.
You're with your dad, you probably going to Catholic because you're trying to get out to see the game.
Right. They get out by noon.
Right. So it depends.
Right.
Yeah, that's what my house was saying. My dad would go to my uncle's church. My mom would go to Church of Christ. Yeah. I hated both of them, so it didn't matter to me.
I was like I was raised straight Baptist. My first experience outside of a Baptist church, I went to a Catholic church with my school teacher. And they was talking about get on your knees and pray, had the bench, you fold the thing down and get down and I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. This is so boring.
What kind of church was that?
It was a Catholic church. You know, Catholic churches, they don't have choirs. They do, but they don't.
They do, but they don't.
They do, but they don't. They be like, oh, that's all it sounded to me. Oh, and they be speaking in Italian and shit, and swinging shit. Dominus.
Right.
And then you get on your knees and ominous, dominus. And you stand up. And then
And
ominous,
you did
dominus.
that?
I did it.
Okay.
I was like, this is the dumbest shit I've ever been to in my damn life. Somebody,
You prayed to Rambo?
huh?
You prayed to Rambo?
I didn't pray to nobody because I was like, I
Did you
couldn't
pray
understand
to
what they were saying.
Rambo?
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I don't understand what they were saying.
Well, I mean, if you look at the crucifixion.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he was all buff.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Well, some would say he was emaciated. He was thin. He was skin and bone. That's why he had all that muscle. He had no body fat. You know, Jesus was a vegan.
Depends on what church you go to. You're a Korean
Well,
church.
you know, Jesus was pescatarian.
Jesus is Korean in Korean church.
He's
You know, it depends where you go.
I've never seen a.
I ain't never seen a Korean Jesus.
Korean Jesus.
You ever been to a Korean
Never seen
church?
a Korean Jesus? You for real?
I've never seen a Korean.
They got Korean. Nah.
Yes. Korean Jesus is a real thing.
So he got a bob.
No, he got.
Wow.
What? Because he Korean.
Wow.
He got a bob.
Is there a Jamaican Jesus?
Hold on.
Oh, you said that they're Jamaican Jesus. You know there is.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know there's a Jamaican Jesus.
Yes.
But what is a Korean? He got a bob.
No.
It's a black hair. He got it split down the middle. It's split down the middle with a bob, right? Because he Korean, the black hair split down the middle. He look like B2K. Not B2K. What's the nigga's name? What's the boy's name? What is that? No.
We got canceled on our first episode.
No.
This is
I'm
sponsored
not.
by the Korean Justice League.
Hold on. I'm not trying to be racist at all. What the fuck is a Korean Jesus?
It's just, I think it's just.
How is that even possible?
Right.
What?
I understand that Jamaican Jesus. We got the black Jesus.
Right.
We got black Jesus. So and he looked like us. He got dreads though.
Right.
So I'm assuming it's not being racist. The Korean Jesus got his hair split down the middle with a bob. I'm just saying.
It looks like Jesus.
And he probably like 5'2".
It looks like Jesus. Oh wow.
I'm just saying.
He said he was 5'2".
And he 5'2".
Can't see. There it is.
No.
And there's our episode for today.
Where is that
See
cancellation?
us in about a week or
where's
so
the-
if we're not canceled.
Where is that
That's the way to
cancellation?
Describe a Korean person.
My name has been Warren
Hold
Pemberton.
on, forget what y'all said. Hold on. We're going back to Korea. I've been to Korea. I love Korea. I had so much fun in Korea. But I went to a damn...
I have Korean products.
I went to a museum in Korea, and they showed the difference between Korean, Japanese, and Chinese. So if they know there's a differentiation between them, why is it wrong for me to say, y'all look like how y'all look?
Are you still on? Your screen, type in Korean Jesus.
Okay, I can't know how to type. It'll take me like 5 minutes. I don't know where the K is. K-R-R-E-A.